Welcome back to the Unseen Hour, and if you've been with us so far, you know we're not just tracing a fairy tale tonight. We're exploring one of the most terrifying figures in Eastern European folklore, Baba Yaga. Now Sarah, you mentioned something last chapter that stuck with me. The idea that there might be more than one Baba Yaga. That kind of blew my mind. Are we talking metaphor, or is this something real in the old stories?
It's absolutely in the old stories. In many Slavic tales, you don't just meet one Baba Yaga. There are three. Sometimes they're sisters, sometimes they're versions of the same being, but all with their own domains. There's an elder sister, a middle one, and a youngest, and depending on the story, each one has a slightly different role to play in the hero's journey.
So it's not just a single figure in the woods, it's a whole triad of terror that adds a whole new layer of complexity. I mean, are they all living in houses with chicken legs?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. That's the thing with oral traditions. The stories evolve from region to region, but the idea of multiple Baba Yagas seems to reflect something deeper, a kind of progression through stages of wisdom or challenge. Think of them like increasingly difficult bosses in a mythic video game. You pass one, but the next is even harder, more demanding, more unpredictable.
Now that you say it like that, it reminds me of the three fates in Greek mythology, or even the triple goddess concept in Wicca: maiden, mother, and crone, past, present, future. Is there a similar spiritual structure here?
That's exactly the connection many folklorists draw. Baba Yaga doesn't just represent fear, she embodies the phases of womanhood, of time, of death, and rebirth. In some interpretations, the youngest sister is more playful, even flirty, but still dangerous. The middle sister is the one most people encounter, the classic cannibalistic, bone fence-building witch, and the eldest, well, she's more like death itself, silent, watching, immensely powerful but rarely active.
So if you're journeying into that mythological forest, you're not just going on an adventure, you're stepping through time, through layers of mortality and knowledge.
Exactly, and each sister might test you in different ways. The first might challenge your cleverness, the second your courage, and the third, that's the one who weighs your soul.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it, and I'm starting to see why she has persisted for so long. She's more than a character, she's a force.
That's it, she's not evil in the black and white sense. She's nature, raw and unfiltered. She gives life and takes it away. She might grind your bones into dust or give you a magic skull lantern to guide you home. It all depends on how you approach her, what you bring into the forest with you. And I don't mean supplies, I mean your spirit, your intention.
That unpredictability makes her even scarier than traditional villains, at least with a vampire or werewolf. You know the rules. With Baba Yaga, the rules seem to change every time someone walks into her clearing.
They do, because she isn't about rules, she's about truth, and truth is messy, painful, and not always what you want to hear. That's why so many stories emphasize the importance of politeness, humility, of giving her the right offering or asking the right question. She respects courage, but she despises arrogance.
What kind of offerings are we talking about? Food, trinkets?
It varies. In some tales, it's bread, in others, salt, or sometimes the sweat of your labor, a task completed without complaint. One story tells of a girl who gave up her only warm coat to clothe a freezing animal in the woods, and later Baba Yaga let her pass untouched because she had already proven herself worthy without even knowing it.
So the forest sees you before you ever reach the hut. That's haunting. It's like you're always being judged.
Yes, and not just by Baba Yaga herself, but by the entire mythos surrounding her. The birds, the trees, even the skulls on the fence posts, they're not just decoration, they're sentinels, and they remember everything.
That makes me wonder, has anyone ever tried to destroy her? I mean, these are legends, but there's usually at least one story where someone gets the idea they can beat the monster.
There are some, but they usually end badly. Those who try to fight her head-on, to trick her or attack her, are almost always punished. Her magic is ancient, primordial, and she's more than one person. Remember, you might deal with one version of her, but another waits behind it, stronger, colder, less forgiving.
So she's like a mirror held up to the soul, and the more you struggle, the more it shows what you really are.
Exactly, that's why many of these stories aren't really about defeating her, they're about surviving her, learning something from the encounter. Often the protagonist emerges changed, marked by the forest, carrying some part of that shadow with them.
And yet, there's something addictive about her too. She draws you in, like a dream you can't quite shake. That's probably why she keeps showing up in modern media, comics, horror films, fantasy novels. She's not just folklore anymore, she's a symbol.
Yes, and the modern versions often water her down or lean too hard into the horror. But the core of her is still there. She's the test at the end of the road, the gatekeeper between childhood and adulthood, between ignorance and wisdom. She's not here to entertain you, she's here to change you.
And you better hope you're ready for that change, because she doesn't let anyone walk away the same as they entered. In our next chapter, we're going to look at real-world encounters, the places, the forests, the whispers, and the dreams, because while she might be a story, her influence has roots, and some people claim she still walks among the trees.
The forest remembers, and sometimes it speaks back. Don't go away. We'll be right back.